Hi guys, it's Sean at ESC United back again. We're here with another video, another reaction video, but a new country for this channel this year. It's time to look at Lithuania, who've been quietly going about their business in the background. As far as this channel is concerned, I do apologise, it's been a lot to cover, but here we are. We're at the semi-final stage of Pabandom Naujo. My Lithuanian's a little rusty, so you'll have to forgive me on the pronunciation there. But we are now at the stage where we've got 18 acts left in the competition. I'm assuming there's going to be some stage shows out there as well that I can watch. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Lithuania's got up their sleeve this year. Obviously, they're off the back of a really strong result in Rotterdam with the Roop. It's going to be a tough act to follow, so let's see if any of the 9 acts in the first semi-final can bring the goods. That's an interesting voice from the get-go. It's going to be a bit like U2 maybe. Strong accent. Reminds me a little bit of Niko Kokorov already, and I hope that he follows the same path because I loved his entry in Eurovision. Somehow I'm not type convinced yet. It's an intriguing start. Okay. I quite like the structure of this so far. Really raspy, rocky vocals that work quite well so far. It's a little slower tempo than I would have probably liked from this. I feel like this could be a grower. Here we go. No? Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought that was going to go a lot bigger, I'll have to be honest. But in the sort of guise of guitar-led ballads, it's very U2. Very U2. It's not what I was expecting, but I like a lot of elements to this, like the backing guitars driving through this, the way that it goes from, you know, like a very sort of slow beginning to this, the fiery visuals, it works really well. Big finish. Oh, that's a very naughty start already. That was an interesting little musical interlude there, like this fiddly sound. There again. Staging's good so far. A bit of gratuitous dubstep. We love that in Eurovision, don't we? It started out so like noughties pop. I wasn't really expecting it to go this way, but hey, I'm here for it. It's musically very interesting. I don't really know what to make of it so far. It seems like a lot of elements just sort of cobbled together and let's just throw stuff at a wall, just see what sticks. It's decent so far. A lot of thought put into the staging, but then it's not a revolutionary staging by any stretch. The chorus just hits you like a sledgehammer. It's out of nowhere really with the verses, which might work in its favour. Does for me. I'm not really sure the lyrics add anything to this song. They could be singing the phone book and it wouldn't make too much difference to it. As I can hear a little bit of violin just the back of my ear here for some reason. I don't know. There's a lot of little different. So headphones, it might be different listening to it on speaker or on TV, but there's a lot of little different elements that I can hear just sort of coming into it that don't really add too much to the whole experience. So I'm not too sure about that. Again, backing vocals out of nowhere. I think there's a lot of different things going on here and it's hard to keep track, but overall it's a pretty decent sort of electro pop song, so I can't really complain. There's another one that's going to build. Oh, we've got some sort of ballet dancers over in the corner. I don't know if it doesn't sound like it's going to be that type of song, so that's interesting. Okay. This is going to be like a proper dance banger. It doesn't feel like it is so far. It's not quite scratching that itch for me at the minute. I thought it'd be a bit more bass to that. It's weird having a sort of mix of jazz and EDM so far. So she's got like quite a jazzy vocal, and it's not really working for me. Okay, she needs to show off that vocal more. She's got a strong vocal here. The ballet dancers don't really add to the staging. There's a bit of a lack of movement from Erica, and staging isn't going to help this, I think, that in its current guise. So this is the interesting thing about like previous videos I was watching or listening to studio versions. So this is the dynamic that changes. I'm sure in studio this is quite an enjoyable sort of electro pop EDM type song. It just needs a bit more punch live for me, I think. Oh, it's not a song that needed a key change. That's definitely not what it needed. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sure about that last bit. Just feels a little bit like a demo at this point. I feel horrible sort of saying that word because it's got such negative connotations, but I think there's something more that can be done with this song. I wish they could just release its potential. Now, this guy was a genuine contender for the Roop last year, and I thought his song was brilliant. So I'm hoping for big things here. No pressure, Gabrassi. Pretty sure he's a big Eurovision fan as well, so he might be watching. Hello. He's got a beautiful voice. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. There was something so captivating about Where Do You Want to Go last year, like straight away. So I hope that there's something a bit bigger coming here. Okay, it's a little bit more orchestral maybe. Well, definitely, but I feel like there's few orchestral elements being dropped into this one by one. It's got a very strong production, and his voice is beautiful, and he really can portray his emotion on stage, which is quite difficult for, it seems, a lot of ballads at national final level, at least anyway. But it's not really anything exceptional to me. Like, it seems very by the numbers at the minute, so I'm a little bit disappointed compared to last year. There was something special about last year's song. I'm not saying that this is bad. This is still a really strong ballad, enjoyable for me, especially with it not being my type of music. I'm just not sure if it's got like the sort of winner potential for this show. He says, having heard 4 songs so far. It would be nice to see him get the win this year, but let's see what other artists we've got further ahead. I have to say, his voice really works with this song though. You can tell that this was a song that was designed for him to sing. It wasn't something that he's just been put together with. Really solid. Enjoyed that. Fantasy Eyes. I have no idea what this is going to be. Bit of R&B. Maybe like a sort of reggaeton Latino vibe. Staging and the camera work's really strong on this one to start with. Not sure about the choreography though, so far. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Okay. It's quite sort of radio friendly. She's got a great solid voice with this. Oh, I like that. I like that bit. The production on that bit where it just brings in that extra sort of layer of bass. Bit of a kick drum to it. That works for me. She's a very charismatic performer as well, which always helps. It's a decent package, you know. Actually, it's taken a bit of time to get there, but choreography got better. Staging's pretty decent. Camera work's good. Song is decent. And we've got a little bit of Jenny B kind of rap here, so what more can you want? This took a little while, but I'm sold on this now. This works really well. I get the feeling this might be a quirky one. I kind of hope it is. Yes. This is why I love Lithuania's selection. Like, this is the kind of song that it feels like this would probably be thrown up on my Spotify playlist. That sort of alternative indie pop kind of sound. Oh, this is ticking the boxes for me. I can't describe it, but you know, when something just hits that mark for you, this is really doing it. It's that sort of raucous backing track to this. His attitude of I don't care, or it feels like that on stage. Staging's so good on this as well. A little bit of rap as well. This is just great. I can't... How do you explain this? This is just... I feel like... I hope it's not the case. I hope people like this, but I feel like this is the type of song where I really get it and I really enjoy it. And everyone else is just like, what the hell is this? And they don't understand. I'm not sure I understand. But there's just something about this. It's got that sort of X factor. Like, it's sparse, but also so rich in its production. And he sort of fills the stage. It's not the strongest vocalist in the world, I think we all know that. But for this type of song, it fits. It's never going to win any Ivor Novello awards, and it's never going to top the charts either, but this is like what Lithuania at Eurovision is about for me. There's a dark atmosphere to this already. This is going to be like a vengeful sort of getting back at someone song, isn't it? Great connection with the camera in that bit. That's really intriguing. It's great use of like sort of negative space in music with that. Is it like a dark piano ballad all the way through? Where's this going? The beat is so strong on this one. That sort of industrial sounding, rasping beat just is, it's brilliant. Works really well. Not sure what the staging's meant to really convey. This is so sort of atypical of anything to do with Eurovision, so I'd love to see something like this for anyone, any country, really. The colour palettes in this are so striking as well. Like, it's very visually pleasing, probably one of the most visually pleasing we've had so far. Now this is one I think would be great through speakers. Really catchy hook throughout this as well. Not something I touched on yet, but this is going to be one that could get stuck in your head, I think. Brilliant. Another really strong entry. Oh, Lolita. Lolita was incredible a few years ago. Give me something strong here. I'm braced and ready. Queen of Lithuania. Oh my god. That's such a strong dark electro sound though. Oh, that backing vocal is so rich with that. Outfit's incredible, obviously. I don't need to state the obvious. Oh, that's a really strong production there. So crisp. I don't know what I expected from this. It wasn't this. Those bleep sounds are so creative. I've never heard anything like that in music before, I don't think. Like, to use it as like an element of the song rather than just to block swearing. Okay, is there a big finish coming in? Is it just going to explode into a wall of sound? I hope it does. That would be incredible. That would really make this. I'm just really sold by everything that's going on here though. Like, I'm in. Wow, I don't even know where to begin with that. That was such a moment. Oh, this is so cool. So creative, so cool. Like, there's nothing like this in music, like, right now. Even like the sort of dark electro, sort of deep house cuts at the minute are not doing this. Wow. Was that Michael James Down in that credit? How does he get everywhere? Okay, there's some attitude here. Why is it called Washing Machine? It's like sort of mid-noughties electro at the minute. The music in the chorus was a little different to how I was expecting it to be. I thought this was going to be like a sort of Sugar Babes light, like a Lithuanian version of Sugar Babes or something like that. But like the verses are really interesting, and then the chorus just kind of slightly underwhelmed me. Not too much. It's a pleasant listen though. Great harmonies between the three of them. Yeah, it's just the chorus just isn't quite hitting as much as the rest of it, but I'm not sure why it's called Washing Machine still. It just seems like a bit of a... No, I don't understand it, but... Sort of 50-50 this one. There's a lot of elements that I like, and then... So like the verses are really cool and sultry, and they work really well, but then the choruses I'm not quite sold on. Not for me anyway. People might like this. It's just a little bit too pop orientated for me. But their vocals really blend well, so well together. Yeah, it just kind of goes on a little bit, sort of over the same ground throughout the song as well. But it's not bad at all. Not there's definitely worse songs in other selections and in this one I think so far. Once again, Lithuania really bringing the variety and bringing some excellent stage shows, some really inventive songs, and just the all-out weirdness that we love from this selection as well. It's a decent mix in this first semi-final, I have to say, and I can't really call it. I don't know who's the favourite, so you'd have to let me know in the comments. I have a feeling that it might be Gabrassi, which I could understand because I think of the sort of serious contenders, as it were, in this semi-final, probably the strongest one for me. No prizes for guessing who my favourite was in that semi-final though. I think Lolita Zero was just, you saw my reaction, jaw-droppingly amazing for me. Really wasn't expecting that, but a real sea change from the entry a few years ago. Very versatile artist, and if Lolita Zero could make it to Eurovision, that would be incredible to really showcase something a bit different from what we've seen previously and maybe make a name for herself internationally. Could happen. I don't think Lithuanians are going to make that happen, unfortunately, or fortunately in your view, because there's probably a lot of people that didn't like that either. Shout out to Joseph June as well, just up my street, the type of entry that I love, because it's probably been entered not really to expect to get to Eurovision, but it'd be great to see something like that, a bit of diversity as well, possibly inspired by the Roop entering. A few more alternative acts, hopefully, considering it. I think overall the quality of this semi-final is there to see. There's not really any songs that I would say were bad or unenjoyable. I think there were some that were just a little bit more basic and sort of passed me by than others, but it's a strong selection for them. Just a shout out as well to Juice the Kraujelaiti. For another really interesting entry as well, I just wanted to point out because I didn't mention before, but I think the four that I've mentioned are probably the strongest four for me. I'm sure everyone's different, and I'm sure that they might be the bottom four for certain people. So I'd be interested to know what you think of this. Let me know as well if there's any in the heats that didn't get through that I need to check out, because I'm a little late coming to this selection. I'd love to see what you guys think. Let me know down below in the comments. Please like if you like the video, and I'll be back soon with more, so make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when me or Matt will upload, and we'll be back very soon.